Alrighty, good afternoon, team. Thank you so much for joining today. So let's go ahead and meet Eric Sandoval for our MPA 540 for Human Resource Management and for the public sector. And today is the 11th of July. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So this is me. And actually, this was during December. I've lost a little more weight, but yes, this was me while at work, and then so this is a little bit about my job and where I work, and it's pretty cool because on my job on my company page on the section about us, this is me on the about us page, so I felt very honored and very excited to like when you go onto the company page, you learn about the company mission, but you also see me right there. So a little bit about where I work. So I work at a community health clinic. It's called St. John's. So our mission is to improve community health and reduce health disparities by delivering high quality, comprehensive services and impacting health and social policy. So that's just a little bit about where I work. And sorry, I just had a cup of water. And these are my little fur babies. These are my children. I love animals, but I have dogs. I've always had dogs all my life, as far as I can remember. So these two bundles of joys. On the left, you have Hey Bye. He's the one with the toy in his mouth, and he's the youngest one. And on the right, that is Bella. She is my princess. She is such a sweet, loving, but at times she's also a diva because like she's so persistent when it comes to food. But she's beautiful. She's well behaved. She's such a good girl. I love them. And those are my nephews. When we want to go watch Zootopia, I try to spend as much time with my family as possible. I also love to garden. This was a picture from my garden earlier this year. And I also have peach trees and plum tree. I have two peach trees, one plum tree. And this is them during the winter. They blossom a beautiful little flower every year. And yeah. And also, I love to cook. I love to grill. This is a little bit of a meal that I put together. I love to bake as well. I love trying new recipes. I'm all about that. You always catch me on Instagram trying to look at new reels, YouTube, you name it. I'm always open to suggestions on food recipes, so let me know. Also, I am an Angels fan. I'm not a die-hard Angels fan. I'm not one that watches every single game and knows everything about baseball and the statistics and all that. No, no, no. I do keep up with baseball. I know the Angels aren't doing great. We have more losses than win this year, but I'm a big Trout fan. I love the dude. It's yeah. But hopefully one day we'll make it far further, but not this year. And so now, in regards to the assignment, all right, perfect. So in regards to our assignment, we have tied to reform. So in the tied to reform, we're gonna go ahead and break it down. We're gonna try to break it down as simple as possible, and essentially how each philosophy applies to the public sector of the human resource management. So, scientific management, okay, and just to add a little detail to what that might be, in case we might have forgotten, it's just emphasizing improving efficiency, and productivity as well. So by using kind of standard procedures, clear descriptions that can also be like in training, performance measurements, and essentially how we apply it to the public sector of human resources. Well, HR focuses on hiring those qualified employees, providing those trainings, the evaluating on performances, and establishes those clear work processes. Um, and then in regards to the waste on I'm sorry, the war on waste. um, how I was interpreting the war on waste is kind of like a philosophy, as we're touching bases on reducing kind of that unnecessary spending, right? We're eliminating what's been inefficient, and we're just trying to utilize, I guess, like our budget, our finances well, right? Even taxpayers, uh, I'm sorry, even taxpayers, money as well, you know. But so essentially for the war on waste, HR departments, they also help to ensure that they're working on controlling the cost of labor or the labor costs, streamline the hiring process. We also always want to reduce overtime as much as possible and ensuring that the staffing level needs are being met. Um, and then in regards to watchful eye, so for watchful eye, my interpretation of that was kind of like it's like emphasize emphasizing like kind of over, not overseeing, but like an oversight of of our ethics, our transparency, to also to help prevent corruption and hold more people accountable, reduce or eliminate favoritism, and we will also want to abuse. We also don't want people to abuse their authority. I'm sorry. And then, but in regards to HR, how this applies is that HR develops these policies for how we need to conduct ourselves ethically, and as well as for ensuring that there's always having a fair and equal work practice all across the board. So as equal employment opportunities, anti-discriminations, ensuring that there's investigations, and we're complying with employment laws. And then for liberation management, I felt like that kind of encourages that innovation, that creativity, that flexibility. It's empowering the employees, the people, and it's giving more ability to the team members to solve problems and improve services. And so essentially, I feel like HR supports flexible work arrangements. Of course, we always want to ensure that we're meeting the need of the organization, but we also encourage the leadership development, engaging with employees, excuse me, and having that performance based management rather than just always relying on just rules, right? So it's awesome. And I do thank you so much for dropping by. I look forward to everyone's feedback. Thank you all. Thank you all.